Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah Wall with your Fox 10 News Now update. President Trump now saying he will not sign a $900 billion stimulus bill passed recently by Congress. The president says he wants to increase the relief bill to provide more direct payments to Americans.
I am asking Congress to amend this bill and increase the ridiculously low $600 to $2,000 or $4,000 for a couple. I'm also asking Congress to immediately get rid of the wasteful and unnecessary items from this legislation.
The president made the announcement last night in a recorded video from the White House. The president says the bill would deliver too much money to foreign countries, but not enough to Americans. Meanwhile, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi tweeted last night Democrats would unanimously vote for $2,000 checks. But some Republicans have been against direct payments of more than $600, saying that would cost the federal government too much money in the long run. Sources say the president's message is unlikely to kickstart new talks on the measure, which passed with veto-proof majorities, which President Trump said he would sign.
Early next year, I'm going to put forward to the Congress my plans for what comes next. We'll need more help.
President-elect Joe Biden says he wants to challenge Congress to do more for struggling Americans when he takes office in January. President-elect Biden tweeted that while he applauds the relief package passed by Congress, starting in the new year, Congress will need to immediately get to work to support his administration's COVID-19 plan. Despite dire warnings from health officials to stay home, millions of Americans are traveling for the holidays. Airports across the country are busy with travelers. AAA estimates 85 million people will travel home for Christmas. According to health leaders, the 7-day rolling average of COVID infections in the U.S. has increased from about 176,000 a day before Thanksgiving to more than 215,000 now after Thanksgiving. Doctors say it is too early to know how much of that current increase is due to Thanksgiving gatherings. Before travelers make their trip for Christmas, some are waiting in long lines trying to get a COVID-19 test.
We've seen it increase by about 50%. I expect it to double or even triple in the next 2 or 3 days.
I'm going to be seeing my mom and grandmother for Christmas, so I just want to make sure that I'm negative, of course. My grandmother is 90, so.
For those who decide to travel, public health officials have advice to reduce the spread. The Mobile County Health Department releasing updated safety recommendations. The health department now advising anyone eligible to get the vaccine to do so as soon as possible. They also say you should avoid traveling if you don't need to and make less frequent stops if you do decide to travel. The previous recommendations, like wearing face masks in public settings, social distancing, and staying home for 10 days if you test positive, remain in place. So they still want you to do all of those things. House fires are really common this time of year with colder temperatures. Many of you may be using several different sources to stay warm, including space heaters. If you plan to use space heaters, you need to play it safe. First, remember it is a space heater, so give it some space. Make sure your heater is at least 3 feet away from clothes, draperies, or bed sheets, basically anything that could burn. Avoid using an extension cord or a power strip to plug it in. Extension cords have been known to overheat and catch fire. And remember to turn the heater off when you go to sleep or leave the room, and never use an oven to heat your home. You should grab some extra blankets. Some other things you can do to warm things up is to put a towel or blanket up against the base of the door to keep out the draft. Adjust your ceiling fan to turn clockwise. That will push the warm air down. Open curtains during the day to let in natural heat and then close them at night. And make sure you replace dirty air filters in your heating system.
Well, good Wednesday morning. So we're getting ready to deal with some showers and some storms, mainly overnight. So through the day today, mostly things will be fine. It'll be a bit breezy at times, but tonight, overnight, is when we expect to see the storms rolling through most of our areas in that level 1 risk. There's a very small sliver that is in that slight risk over here in the Mississippi counties, but for the rest of us, it is all marginal risk, which is that lowest level of risk, which means an isolated chance of seeing a stronger storm. So here's what we're looking at in the futurecast. Put this into motion. Just some clouds building. It'll start getting breezy this afternoon. You'll really start to feel that breeze coming in out of the southeast. It'll get pretty stiff at times. And it's possible you could see 1 or 2 very quick drizzles during the day, but for the most part, we're going to be waiting, and we'll be waiting till late in the evening. This is 10 o'clock. Here comes the main line. This should get here probably about 2 a.m. in parts of our viewing area, but for the most of us, it'll be about 3 to 4 a.m. So it's going to be a true overnight event here for us, where you may sleep through most of this, but that's kind of how it's going to be. It's going to keep rolling on to the east. This is, sorry, getting in the way there, 7 a.m. Now it's over in the Panhandle. Now let's go to about 9 a.m. and now it's over towards Panama City. Our area is already clearing out. So for a lot of us, I mean, if you sleep in, you may just sleep right past all this stuff here as it goes on through. Just listen out for any warnings. The afternoon today, temperatures will be near 70. It's going to be a warm day, breezy. Those winds out of the south, 15 to 20 miles per hour. This evening at around 8 o'clock, so this is early evening. We're looking at temperatures in the low 60s, some spotty rain in the early evening, then obviously overnight, so we're going to have the rain and the thunderstorms. Tomorrow morning, you wake up on your Christmas Eve, there'll still be some rain around, but it'll be ending, so that's the good news. Then it turns really blustery. The wind starts howling. And look at the temperatures, 50s in the morning, mid-40s at noon, and then at 3 o'clock. So our temperatures actually dip, and it'll feel colder than that because of the wind blowing. It'll feel like it's in the 30s during the afternoon, and it just gets colder as the sun sets and we head towards Santa's big flight there that evening. So great weather, though, for Christmas, because we're going to wake up in the morning in the 20s. Yeah, it's going to be hot cocoa time. It's going to be real chilly, about 50 in the afternoon. Lots of sunshine. A beautiful day for our Christmas day. Here's the outlook. It's nice as well past Christmas going into the weekend Saturday. Looking at cold temperatures in the morning Sunday. 1 or 2 showers are possible. For the most part, a nice day there as well. So just got to get through these overnight storms. And after that, it's going to feel like Christmas.